Hello and welcome to this week's energy forecast. My name's Avalon Starlight and we are looking at the week from December 18th to 24th. And if you are a sensitive like me, you may be noticing that this time of year is a little bit intense. And after spending an amazing weekend with my kids and having sleepovers and playing lots of games, I know for sure waking up this morning, it was a slow start to kind of get motivated for the day. And, we have a really beautiful week this coming week because we get to celebrate winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year, on Thursday. And we move into Capricorn season, which is all about organization and, really taking direct focus on things that matter to us. And I've got to tell you, it feels like a reinvention time. And I've decided with my YouTube to be extremely transparent with you guys from the get-go since I started my vlog, and I really want to continue doing that here. So with that being said, this will be my last video of 2023 because my husband and I are moving in with his parents on December 30th. Now, we feel very blessed because, Jeff lost his job recently, and I no longer want to be in the industry of coaching. And so we are both taking a step back, kind of going inwards and deciding what's really important to us and how we want to show up in service to our communities. And so for the next 2 weeks, I'm just going to allow the Mercury retrograde, this winter solstice, and this time of year that just kind of represents questioning how the year was from before. What do we want for the year coming up? And I know for me, that looks like a lot of writing, which I haven't been giving myself permission to do. Like if you follow me or you know me at all, there is a fantasy book that lives inside me that I just cannot wait to create. And I haven't given myself space to let those projects come free. And that has a lot to do with this energy forecast for this week, and why I'm sharing it is because there is a reinvention happening, a collective reinvention happening, a sense of, not being able to go back to the way things were prior to COVID, prior to who we were at that high peak of energy. And then we've been disseminating ourselves, turning to goo like caterpillars over and over and over again. You've heard me talk about this. And then we're evolutioning. We're going through an evolution of stepping into what we're becoming, who we are meant to be into 2024. And I'm so excited about this evolution. I am so honored that I am remembering this creative self and what really brings me joy moving forward. And so I'm excited to share about that on my channel, and the fact that I'm going into a no spend year and I'm going into monk mode for the first 3 months to really narrow down and dissect. Like I want to learn how to do video editing and share with you guys in a really profound way truths about life and spirituality and healing and all the things that interest me at my core. And so I hope you have a good holidays because I won't be back for a couple weeks. And I'm really excited about all our transformations as we move into what's going to be a very transformational year coming up ahead. And I would love to know if you are feeling that transformational energy, that desire to reinvent yourself in some form or way, and share it below. What have been your callings or ahas or awakenings, stirrings in your soul that have slowly started to raise their hand as we get closer to this winter solstice, to this end of 2023. And, just sharing with me because I want to hear, and sharing with yourself so you can kind of say, like, this is what I'm really looking forward to in the comments below, because you guys mean the world to me. And when we go on this journey together of self-discovery and, spiritual evolution and shedding layers of what society has told us who we should be and why we should be that way, I mean, there's just so much to unpack. And I'm learning, finally, at 46, who I am at the core of my being. Like this week, I even released my Instagram and Facebook, it didn't align with who I am and who I'm becoming. And it felt like noise, and it was draining my energy, and just felt like an open tab all the time in my brain. Like, oh, I should check or look at or scroll or do anything. And so I deleted all my profiles, focusing solely on YouTube, because it's a creative energy for me. And because I believe that YouTube has one of the most important things for me is that we get to leave a legacy behind in some form or some way. And with YouTube, like, if I can step into my highest service and share videos that matter with you guys, that, 5 years from now, they may still impact somebody. And that feels really good to my tender soul. And being able to be creative feels amazing to my tender soul. And, focusing on these feels like joy and life and excitement. And so I'm excited about this transition for me. I would love to hear what your transformations or these reinventions feel like for you. And because we're moving into the darkest day of the year, the deck that wanted to come through was Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. And you'll notice that I use this deck when there's a little bit of like going into the darkness, when there's something stirring within that we're meant to see, so that we can, again, I always believe that when we shine light into the darkest areas, it is such a joy to learn that dark area is actually a place that we can offer love and generosity and compassion to. And that energy of that space or that place can shift dramatically just by us placing our attention and focus on it. And that's the vibration of this week, is just letting ourselves sink into these darker places, spaces, a lot of, self-reflection, alone time, really getting clear about who you are in your heart, in your soul, as we step into this, I don't know how to put it in a way that feels like it will land, because for me it is reinvention, but for you it may be just a pivot or a slight shift in how you show up, or your authenticity, or your truth, or your clarity. But it's really truly about anchoring deeply into the parts of yourself that you haven't been listening to. And so our card this week is, the Queen of the Light, of course. Look how pretty that card is, right? Illumination, enlightenment, celebration. I truly believe as we step into this new evolution of self, as we awaken to our true inspirations, callings, nudgings, stirrings comes up so much when I tuned into my guides, into what this energy forecast of this week was about, is like tuning into our inner stirrings, these seeds that maybe have been planted from childhood or early adolescence, or in the last few years, that have been untended. And now you just get this like inclination, or this urgency, or this desire to see how these seeds are doing, and want to nourish them and to offer them a little bit of energy, to see how these seeds, which you have already planted, that have been important to you in the past, see if you can tend them a little differently now, offer them a different energy to support them in their growth, their evolution, your evolution. And so that's the illumination that I'm feeling, and this sense of true inner knowing and wisdom, really connecting to the self within, the wisdom within, the voice within, honoring the whisperings of the soul. There's a sense of like wanting to burrow, that's what I'm receiving, like burrow in, get quiet, nestle, be cozy with yourself, and allow all of this what's considered darkness to become the illumination of the true self within, to allow yourself to align with the values and they say morals, but ideals, and visions that you truly desire and that you're asking to be fulfilled. So I do think that this message, thank you, Spirit, is really beautiful, because I think about the seeds that I have planted that I have not fully tended to for many years. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see if I place my attention on the seeds of writing and the seeds of creativity and of vulnerability and transparency, what will emerge from those things as I move into 2024. so grateful to have a space to land as my husband and I navigate this new opportunity, because it feels like an opportunity to truly sink into, who we are and what we're here to provide. I know, and this is just a little birdie saying this, which is me telling you, I know we're going to be opening a meditation YouTube channel in 2024 because it lights us both up. The internal self-discovery journey is my favorite journey. It is what lights my soul on fire. It is, the work that I do on myself and I support others in. And so being able to offer guidance and support and meditations to lead people through that transformation, it's going to be really powerful. And my husband creates the music behind it. So I look forward to sharing that with you in the new year. But I will go radio silent for 2 weeks as I navigate this shift in my life. I know that my reinvention will include a lot of differences in me and how I show up here on the channel and with you guys. And if you know any stirrings of your heart that you want to share below, or anything that's landed with you, or any happy holidays, I will be happy to receive them and share them back to you with all my love. And I hope you have a magical end of 2023.